Well, hello everyone, and it is with great joy that I share with you that today, after 74 days of waiting, we can finally say tomorrow we are opening the church. There are a lot of things I want to bring to our attention as we consider this very important step, as we move forward as a community, as we move forward in the midst of the pandemic. So I encourage you to please pay attention to this video very closely and do check your email for further information regarding our opening procedures. First, I need everybody to be very aware that we will be operating under a limited capacity, since we will be doing social distancing within the church itself, 6 feet in every direction from each family unit or individual. It's going to mean a drastic reduction in the number of people who can come in. My estimate, which I share with you is just an estimate, is that we'll be looking at probably around 50 to 60 people per Mass. Seating will be done on a first come, first served basis. The doors will open for Mass half an hour before Mass begins. So for tomorrow's Mass, 9 a.m. Mass, the doors will open at 8:30 and the ushers will begin seating people. Seating will be done one by one, so either an individual or a couple or a family unit, one at a time, and ensuring that 6 feet is able to be maintained between all people sitting in the pews. Second, there's a lot of important restrictions and guidelines we've been asked to follow, which we're going to do as a part of our participation in the reopening of the Archdiocese of Atlanta. First, everyone must be wearing a mask at all times. I know many people have varying ideas on the effectiveness of the masks. We are going to use them. The Archdiocese has made it a requirement that all must be wearing masks for the duration of the celebration of Mass while they're in the church. If you come and you do not have a mask, we will have a limited supply available for those who do not have a mask. We've had a small army of wonderful parishioners who've been making masks for those who do not have them. So I just encourage you, if you take one of these masks, that you be responsible for washing it and coming back with it and using it again for every time that you have need of it. On your way into the church, you will notice that there are hand sanitizers, automatic dispensers available for you. We are asking that everybody sanitize their hands on their way into the church. You are more than welcome to bring your own hand sanitizer with you as well, especially for use before and after Holy Communion. Everyone must abide by the social distancing rules at all times. You'll notice even when you park and you come in onto the sidewalk, we have blue tape marking 6 feet separation for those who are lining up for Mass. We have the same tape placed in 6-foot increments down the center aisle and down the side aisles where communion lines will form. As you come into the church, ushers will seat you family unit by family unit, and they will use as their measurement stick the very official looking red and yellow "Leave Room for the Holy Spirit" rod, which will ensure that we have 6 feet between everybody. Please be very open to and very understanding of all the ushers' instructions. Please use the restroom before you come to Mass so that you are comfortable throughout the duration of the celebration. Our restrooms will be open and available, but really only for emergencies. If children have to use the restroom, they must be accompanied by an adult. Offertory baskets will be placed in the narthex should you desire to make a contribution to the church, either on your way in or on your way out of Mass. For the reception of Holy Communion during our first couple of Masses, we are asking that everyone come forward, even if you are not receiving Holy Communion. So those who may not be in a state of grace, or those who are not in full communion with the Catholic Church. So if you or a member of your family fall into that category, please do come forward just like always with your arms folded across your chest, and you will receive a blessing from me or the deacon or a short prayer from the extraordinary minister. This is to prevent people from having to climb over one another in the pews as we're making our way forward for the reception of Holy Communion. We do have some parishioners who have the bad habit, if I may be so bold to say, of leaving Mass before the end of Mass, so receiving Holy Communion and bolting out the door immediately after. Of course, you are always free to leave Mass when you need to if you have a grave reason, but I must be honest that reservations or tea times or social encounters do not constitute grave necessity. So if you feel like you may not be able to stay for the whole time, please make your seat available to somebody who would like to be there for the entirety of the Mass. A special note about this weekend. So once we arrive at Saturday and Sunday, our Mass schedule will be 5 p.m. Vigil Mass in English, 9 a.m. Sunday morning Mass in English, and Misa en Español a la una, Spanish Mass at 1 o'clock. At the 9 a.m. Mass this Sunday, we will be celebrating the sacraments of initiation and reception for our RCIA candidates who are supposed to be brought into full communion with the Church at the Easter Vigil. So I ask you to be very understanding of the fact that we will have even more limited seating because we are reserving seats obviously for the candidates and their sponsors and very select guests. If you end up coming to a Mass and are not able to get in because we're already at capacity, on the weekends, so for all of our Sunday Masses, we will have overflow down in the social hall where there will be ushers to make sure that you're able to maintain 6 feet social distancing, and Holy Communion will be brought to you. If that itself is even full, or if you come to Mass on a weekday and we're already at capacity when we will not have overflow, I ask that you receive this as an opportunity to still rejoice. It will be difficult, as not everybody will be able to get in at the Masses that they want to come to, but still know that the Lord is close to you. He is here. He loves you. He rejoices over you. And let that be inspiration for you to come at the very next opportunity that you've got and be maybe even the first in line so you can have one of the best seats in the house. Friends, I thank you for your understanding with all of this. This has been a very difficult time for all of us, and we all want to be gathered around the altar of praise with the Lord together. And I know so many of you are starving for the Blessed Sacrament. The time is coming. It's a small step, but it is a small step forward in the right direction. So thank you for your participation, your understanding, and I can't wait to see all of you. God bless.